We are here talking to Bob Cook at the Catholic Worker House in Des Moines for the 35th anniversary, and Bob is telling me about his trips and visits and relationships in El Salvador. So go ahead, Bob.
But you know, if I'm going to do that, I got to back up.
All right.
I mean, because if you don't have a sense of how I got there.
All right, do that. Tell me the story.
And so I was it was 1990, July, and I was trying to write promotional materials for a special offering, hunger offering that my church took, the Presbyterian church. And half of it would always go to a developing country. That year it went to El Salvador.
All right.
To El Tablón, the dirt board home community. And I had the audacity to think if I would just go there and be able to see it, then I could understand it. And so I called this the Share Foundation, that was the NGO that helped that community get that to me. Yes, I called them and said
they had their boots on the ground there. Yes.
And it was in Washington, D.C. They had their office. Had one in El Salvador, and I said, Gigi. But Gigi Grunke answered the phone.
Yeah.
Friend to this day. I said, Gigi, I told her who it was. I wanted to go to El Tablón and live for a couple weeks. And she said, do you speak Spanish? I said, oh, you know, a little bit.
Un poquito.
You know there's a war going on there? Well, I did after she told me.
Yeah.
And so she said, okay, we'll help you get there. And so she did. And I spent 2 weeks in El Tablón in the middle of the Civil War. And I saw poverty, I saw pollution. I didn't have any idea it existed. I did know it existed, but, you know, there's a difference between knowing it and
reading or seeing a picture on TV and being there, you know?
You smell it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And you see a little girl with a swollen jaw, and there's nothing they can do because she has an abscess tooth.
Yeah.
Or a guy with a gash in his leg from a machete cut, and they try to tie it together with a T-shirt. You know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Just an incredible poverty.
It gets to you, doesn't it?
Broke my heart.
Wow.
And so, I came back to the United States, and I knew that I had met my Waterloo, in a sense.
That was a calling of some...
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I felt it was God's whisper to me saying, okay, lad, now you've seen it, now you smelled it, now what are you going to do?
What are you going to do about it, you know, other than just talk about it,
So for 1990, for 9 years, I went to El Tablón. I visited those people. And interesting, in 1994, I got a call from the priest in the parish. And the parish is made up of Berlin and then all these dirt war home communities, 17 of them. El Tablón, one of them. And got a message through Share Foundation. Would I come see them? So I went and visited. Nice man. Protasio's his name. Tall, lanky guy. And he and the friar and Virginia Mortaya, who was a woman who made medicines, is now a representative with the FMLN, the Legislative Assembly, and Milagro. And they were kind to me, but they pointed out that the trips I had been making, where I would take delegations and we would take clothing and whatever we could to the people.
Yeah, sure.
But they said, you know, have you thought about, that's kind of an ugly American way. They said, when you leave, you haven't really helped all the people. And there's some who are feeling bad.
Yeah.
And you're making some dependent on you.
I see.
And they said, would you come live with us for a year?
Wow.
And get to know get to know our culture.
Wow.
And I did.
You did?
I did.
For a whole year?
A year.
Oh my God. What year was that, Bob?
1994,
wow.
95, July 90, August 94.
Well, I'm going to break here. Just